So that day I said, hey, you can go ahead and cancel and I'll give you all your money back free of charge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Today she hits me up 10 days later. Hey, can I cancel? I'm like, no. She's like, no. She said, can I cancel penalty free? I said, no. She's like, and then she starts going in. It's my birthday and you don't understand this? I'm like, I told you. I'm like, whoa.
Welcome to Live, Let, Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome to another exciting episode.
Live,
Let,
thrive. All right. Let's start with a full disclosure. This is episode 39.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be back, Mr. Myka.
Yes, sir.
And we are. I don't know. It's a little nerve-wracking, just slightly, because we're video recording this for the first time.
So you don't have to see that little picture sitting on YouTube anymore.
You don't like my pictures, man? I put a lot of time and effort, like at least 5 minutes into finding the right picture.
Yeah, we figured it would help us grow if you guys could see us, know who we are.
And who are we?
Live, Let, Thrive. Myka and
Steve. What's up? What's up, interwebs? So, this is episode 39.
39, and man, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
So much stuff.
Dude.
Did
Okay.
you see it? Check out the logo. Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. LLT.
In the
Hit
house.
So, all right. Let me start okay, we're going to talk about the city council meeting. Let me start off with the background story. So, before the city council meeting on, what was it, yesterday, Wednesday? Yesterday, Arlington held a city council meeting because pretty much they're bringing Airbnb to light here, and they're trying to. There's people that want to keep it, see people that's against it and want it regulated. So pretty much they had this thing yesterday, this city hall meeting, right? So before I went there, the day before that, I had a Arlington Airbnb meetup. It was a multifamily meetup. We clashed with Will Coleman and Jabron's group, and we went. And so this guy walks in kind of late. It was actually a small group. It was like 5 of us, and this guy walks in.
You say
late.
you clashed?
Yeah, we clashed our meetups together.
Oh, you combined them?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant you were fighting each other.
No. Clash. So combined.
Like the Warriors. Come out. It's like a real estate showdown.
It's a real estate showdown. Yeah, So this guy comes in late, and he introduces himself. He says his name's Edgar, and he's like, "Are you Myka?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, he goes, "Oh, I listen to your podcast." He goes, "Also, I came to this meetup because I need to talk to you." I'm like, "All right, what's going on?" He goes, "Hey, man, I have an Airbnb." He goes, "I live in Hawaii, and I have an Airbnb here, but it's getting kind of hard to manage." You know, he goes, "I have a property manager guy managing it for me," and he goes, "Man, I got this letter in the mail telling me, hey, the city of Arlington thinks you're hosting Airbnbs. We'd like for you to fill out this survey and come to the town hall meeting, right?"
Oh.
So I'm like, dang, is they trying to shut you down? So I'm like, so my first question was, you don't live in an HOA, do you? He's like, no, I just live in this regular neighborhood, this little cul-de-sac. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I talked to him. I was like, man, I can talk to you about different options. I'm going to have dinner with them tomorrow to talk about different options. So we get to this town hall meeting the next day, right? Me and my boy Sean from work, who's running for congressional district. We actually need to have him on the show. He's running for like congressional district for Arlington or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's there. We're there. And like these people, like the guy holds this presentation, whatever. Like, this is what Airbnb is. This is how many listings are in Arlington. It's like 400 listings, right? Yeah. So next thing they do, they open this floor up for a Q&A. These people start going in. It's like these older people. These people like in their 60s, 70s going off. They're like, we hate Airbnb. We have all these guests. He go every weekend. There's 100 cars in front of my house. We can't even drive out of our driveway. And like this, he says it, and the next guy says it. The next guy says it. I'm like, so it's like all the people that support Airbnb are like kind of on the outside, and we're all kind of like, oh. Dang, you know. So we've come to find out all these people are talking about this one dude. They're like, it's this guy. He buys up all these properties. He's from Hawaii. I'm like, oh, snap. So I pull out my phone. I'm like, this has to be the guy. I'm like, hey, Edgar, man, you might want to hurry up and get up here. I'm like, these people don't like you too well. So I'm like, hey, man, they're talking about your house, and they're saying that you have parties. He goes, man, if I do, I don't know anything about it. I don't manage it. You know, he's like, let this other guy manage it.
Right.
I'm like, dang, man. So he walks in super late at the very end, man. I'm like, by the time they were just ripping this dude apart. Like, they were sick of him. One guy's like, I hate the word investor. All that means is you buy land here and you go live somewhere else. I'm like, what? So he comes in. I'm like, hey, man, don't tell him who you are. And my boy Sean, he's like, yeah, man, I think they'll probably going to catch you out in the parking lot. So I end up talking to him like, man, yeah, don't tell him who you are. I'm like, but yeah, man, we got to do something. I'm like, man, because you're bringing heat to everybody. Because I stood up and talked in there for a minute. I was like, hey, man, I'm like, it sounds like you guys are complaining about one person. And I'm like, your guy just presented that it's 400 Airbnb listings in Arlington, and you're trying to make everyone bad off one guy. And these other people, they agreed. They're like, they stood up and talked as well. They're like, yeah, you can't paint us all bad off this one guy. And I'm like, and the guy, and I was like, I do personally know the guy you're talking about. And I'm like, he is working to improve it. I'm like, it's not him, it's the people that's managing his property. And they were like, oh, okay. But yeah, they're pretty hot. So for people that do Airbnb in Arlington, this Thursday, we're having a meetup on it. Yeah, it's getting kind of hot, man. Like, Steve might be right. Like, they're trying to regulate it. Like, it's, and a city councilwoman was there too. So it was like, it was a high-end people there, like high-end city council people there. So I was like, ew.
Wow.
And so one lady, Tracy, she said, hey, let's try to get together, come up with rules. So if they do put regulations on it, we have some type of control. Because like in Atlanta and Austin, they have to come run inspections on your house. You have to put exit signs up on some of them. Yeah, it gets pretty bad, man. So I was like, dang. You know, so I was like, if you come to the meetup this Thursday, we can all talk about it. So yeah, if you run Airbnbs in Arlington, it's getting kind of hectic. So hopefully this Edgar guy keeps the heat off of us. But yeah, that's my story for the day.
No, that's crazy. And every city in almost in the world, I would say, and most big cities are going through something similar.
Yeah.
You know, people are complaining about Airbnb. And that's why I think, change is going to happen. I don't know if it's how it's going to happen. I mean, there's, let's say, long-term rentals, right? That's been around forever. And I'm sure there's rules to that. In some cities, they inspect your long-term rentals and whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's rules. You can rent out your house as long as it's at more than 30 days. No problem. And that's just like a set thing. There's not like a set thing with Airbnb. With state to state, it's like different rules, right?
It is.
And so, I guess I do see a day coming where there's going to be like kind of similar rules throughout the country, throughout the world, maybe. I mean, depending on the country.
I mean, and that's why I tell people, man, prepare yourself. If Airbnb goes down the drain, which I don't think they'll go down a train, but if they start putting little stipulations in there that mess with your cash flow, you better be preparing for some corporate rentals. And I've gone. Actually, I didn't tell anyone in there, but I've kind of gone all corporate. I don't really do Airbnb in Arlington, but I mean. It's funny that I switched over and no longer doing it anymore because the regulations seem to be coming. But, I mean, prepare yourself as best you can,
Yeah, always have an exit strategy.
Straight up.
And they, our friend Tracy, a friend of the show now, and we're going to interview her.
Yeah, we are going to have her soon.
Tracy, what's her last?
Heminger.
Yeah, Heminger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she sent us the link on there to do the survey. Did you already do the survey?
I got to do it. Okay. I was doing it, but they got a little too personal with the questions, so I kind of backed out. But I'm gonna. Yeah,
there were some loaded questions, wasn't there?
Yeah, man.
There's no right answer, kind of thing.
But they were they were asking questions like, so where do you do Airbnb? Are you a host? Where do you host? I'm like, whoa. Yeah, so. I'll go back and answer them.
It asks you like, what regulations would you put on the I'm like, oh, what, none? I don't want any.
It's true.
But anyways, I answered them as
I actually want you to read your response because you had a good.
I got it up right here.
Okay,
I'm show my response. My drop the mic moment, and so you fill out the questionnaire, boom, boom, boom. You go to next page. It's a long questionnaire. And then you get to the end, and the final question is, please provide any additional thoughts you may have on short-term rentals in Arlington. Any other issues you believe need to be addressed in future STR ordinance. And so my response to this was, let's face it, we're not New York City, San Francisco, LA, etc. We're Arlington. We got to fight to attract and keep tourists in the city. The Super Bowl was here, and nobody stayed in Arlington. They all stayed in either Dallas or Fort Worth? What a slap in the face. NBA All-Star Game, same thing. I believe, if anything, Arlington, the dream city, should aggressively partner with Airbnb and let's grow this city together. I'm against restrictions. I'm for progress and growth. Let's make Arlington a real dream city.
Real talk.
Boom.
Boom! Yeah. I agree with that. You know what? A city council person stood up and said that. They said, hey, check it out. The cop even said this. The city council person was like, he was like, you do have to keep in mind, Arlington is a tourist attraction. And we don't have enough hotels to house people. So, and then this cop, she asked the police officer, she goes, what do you guys think? And if you guys are getting these complaints and calls? And this cop, he was pretty honest. He was like, well, personally, he goes, we tell people, if there's a party, we tell people, hey, shut it down, lower the noise. He goes, if we come back, he goes, yeah, I'll see. He goes, I'm very hesitant to write tickets. He goes, because I do realize Arlington gets its money off tourism. He goes, and if I'm writing them a $500 ticket and all they're going to remember about Arlington is, oh, man, we went down there and got a ticket. He goes, I'm kind of concerned about that. So it's really the flow of money. You know what I mean? You're increasing the flow of money with these Airbnbs. You're getting paid. The city's getting paid off of it.
Yeah.
Clearly the cops are getting paid off of it, too. They know that. They're well aware. You know what I mean? So, I mean...
That's like I said, that's where I bring in the word partner. Partner. Talk
partner
with Airbnb. Sit down. Because, I mean, it is becoming a destination, Arlington, because of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And we got the Texas Rangers. We got Six Flags. We got Hurricane Harbor. We got a bunch of stuff here.
Yeah.
And there's no hotels for all these people that come through.
Nope.
You don't. And then so people that come here are staying in the peripherals, staying in either Fort Worth or Dallas, right?
Yeah.
And so they'll go watch the game, and then they'll go back home and spend money in Fort Worth and Dallas.
Yeah, straight up.
But we have Airbnbs right down the road. People stay here. They go to the game. They get out of the game. They spend money here afterwards, right?
Straight up. Yeah.
And why should they have to go all the way across town? And so we're providing the service. Plus, the city's getting a cut of our money, right?
Straight up. But Tracy brought up a good point. She goes, yeah, they're getting a cut of our money, but we're getting taxed 4 times. Why are we the little guys being taxed by the same taxes hotels who make all this money? I was like, that's a good point. And she's actually communicating with somebody from Airbnb, and she said she was gonna put me in contact with them. So
Tracy's hardcore, man.
Yeah, she knows some people. I could tell she knows some high end people. So
did you see her latest email she sent?
No, to us.
Yeah. Let me read Tracy's email.
Yeah,
Shout out to Tracy Heminger.
Yeah.
She said, "Hey Steven, I just touching base because I met with Excite Media today about doing a short video documentary for STR owners in Arlington and the coming legislation. Hopefully it's not coming. Most media coverage that I've witnessed has not presented a very positive view of us as owners. My plans are either to put this video in each of the council members' hands or present it at one of the afternoon sessions, or both. Don't know if you received Living Magazine. Shout out to Living Magazine. I don't know what that is. But there is a write-up about Excite Media and Philip Anthony in this month's edition. Philip Anthony, owner, requested to be able to come to the meetup and meet other homeowners that might be willing to get interviewed and have their homes featured in the video. Would this be okay with you and Myka? And so it goes on and on, but it's like, yeah, they're gonna make. I mean, I'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Come into my house. We'll show you what's going on. We're just regular people trying to
we're
make
not
a
regular
buck.
people. We're live, let thrive. We got to charge them for that. Now I'm just.
Hey, they come in here and film. Hey, film us doing our podcast.
Yeah. Free publicity, dog. That's what I like.
We'll be on the net. We already are, but.
But yeah, it's getting that'd be pretty dope. I'm down to do that.
Cool. Me too.
I'm down to do that. So I mean, if we can, I'm definitely down to get with her on that, and let's see what we can do.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tracy Heminger, and she will be a future guest on the show.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting us caught up on the shows. Well, that's when I'm speaking right now. It might be a few weeks in the future, but I've been pumping them out. You saw that. So we're getting caught up, so we'll be as current as we can possibly be, because the fans deserve it.
Yes, sir.
All million of our fans that we got out there. passing BP and stuff.
Yeah. So now back to what's been going on in your Airbnb world.
My Airbnb, I got some interesting stories too.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it here.
Real quick, let's try not to bump the table too much because the camera keeps bouncing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Might make somebody seasick.
Gotcha.
Well, I got a freaking 2-star review.
How? What did they do?
I'll tell you what happened. Did I tell you about that lady that was late checkout? I think I asked you. Yeah. And they yeah, that was part of it. Late checkout. We were waiting there to get into the house to start cleaning it, and it took her. She checked out an hour late, which pushes us back, you know.
Yeah.
And so the next lady she was asking if she could check in early. I'm always like, you know, if we get done early, we you know, whatever. You could check in early, that's fine. But if not, you know, it's a 3:00 check-in. So after that, waiting that hour, I called that lady. I was like, yeah, the early check-in's not going to happen. And actually, we might be a little late because this lady hadn't left yet.
Yeah.
And so she gathers up all her stuff. And I remember, and part of the story, this is a crazy story. Her little boy he's about 9 or 10. He's like, hey, we had the cutest kitty cat while we were here, and la la la. And you saw like his big sister going like, shh, like shut up. And so I was like, okay, they had a cat. You know, I wonder if anything's got scratched up or there's fur everywhere. But so I was already pissed for the 1 hour thing, and then apparently they smuggled an animal in there. And so, anyways,
go ahead.
All right, they got out of there, but she said, well, she was there with her sister, right? And her sister has this, because she had this, the main lady, I'm not going to name names. She had this, if you look at my, if you look at my Airbnb listing, you might be able to find my rebuttal to her nonsense. But anyways,
question. You didn't respond to any way like bad in public, did you?
I responded in public. I responded in public.
Don't do that. Like
you say don't do that because she came at me first, but I just defended myself.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Because it looks. Yeah.
You say don't do that, and we'll get into. Let's touch on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me finish my story, and we'll touch on that. The rebuttal, because that's your stance, and I got my stance.
Yeah, got you.
All right. That's what makes this show so good, right? Counterpoint, counterpoint. And so anyways, she I can't my sister can't find the keys to and it's a big white Mexican van, you know. I'll say I'm Mexican, I can say it. Big white Mexican van, ladders everywhere kind of thing. And so
were they doing construction at your crib?
I don't know, man. All you needed to do was paint free candy on the side. It was ready to roll, right? And so anyways, so she can't find the keys. I said, well, y'all got to get out. I got to start cleaning this place because we got guests coming in. Well, okay, we think that it might be in the stuff because they put tons of boxes in that one van. It might be in some of the stuff. So we're going to go to McDonald's and we're going to check out the boxes, see if it's somewhere in there. And I'm sure one of those boxes had freaking cats in it. Anyways. And so they went to McDonald's, and me and Lupita start cleaning as fast as we can, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she's washing the sheets, she's doing everything, and it's apparent we're going to be about an hour late, you know. Mm-hmm. And we told the next guest, sorry, you know, this guest left late, blah, blah, blah. And so they were understanding. And anyways, I told them, hey, listen, I'm going to give you all $50. So I'm going to waive your cleaning fee. So I'm going to take $50 off the price. I'm gonna reimburse you $50 because because you have to check in late. And I felt bad for him, and I just want to do the right thing, karma, whatever. I want to, and so finally we got the place clean. The lady came back and she looked again for the keys while we're doing our cleaning, right? And then I couldn't find the remote control. My remote control was missing.
To your TV?
To my TV, and I don't know why I checked the front closet up on top, and they had it under the sheets. A remote control was under the sheets in my front closet to my house.
Oh, I know.
I don't know what the heck was that.
Oh, hold on. In your closet?
In the closet, like when you walk in, it was like stuck up there in the. Because I couldn't find it anywhere. I opened the sofas apart. I turned everything apart. Then I don't know why I checked up there, and it was there. So that put us behind. Cause I was looking for the dang remote control. And so she's in and out, still can't find the keys. And so the guest, I said, all right, well, just come back later, or we're going to have to get this van out of here somehow. It's in my driveway. It's not cool for the guests to show up. Mm-hmm. There's a big white Mexican van in the driveway. And so anyways, got the place clean. They checked in late. Those people, I felt bad. I talked to them. Sorry about that. Reimburse you the $50, whatever. And so they checked in, and I got a call like about 5 or 6 o'clock, and the Mexican lady, the other lady, now the cat's out of the bag. Cat's out of the bag. Yeah, no pun intended. She called me, or she texted me, "Hey, Mr. Steven, we found the keys. We're gonna go pick up the van now." La, 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 la. And I'm like, "All right, cool." She's like, "Don't worry, we're gonna leave you a great review. We love your place so much. It's the best place." And, all right, cool, whatever. And so, and later, I was thinking, you know what? And I explained to her, I'm glad you found the keys. I got, I just want you to understand, you put me in a bind because my guests checked in late, so I reimbursed them $50 for the cleaning fee. And so you said, y'all understand, so I'm going to go ahead and send a request for that $50 from you. And so I sent a request. I guess you can request money on Airbnb, so you can request or you can send money. So anyways, I requested $50 from them. And so a day or two passes. No, and it says I got a review. I got a review from her. And I was still in my head. I was thinking, should I leave a bad review for her?
Hell yeah.
And I just said, I got to do it because I got to warn the next people. I got to warn the next hosts, And so I went ahead and I left an honest review. I gave her 3 stars. I said, at least the place was clean, somewhat clean. But, smuggling a cat is not cool. Oh, I didn't say that in the review, that they smuggled a cat or whatever. I just said, the place was... I don't remember if I said it or not. Anyways, I said they checked out late, causing my guests to check in late, and they left a big white van and blah, blah, blah. And so I left a 3-star review, and that was that. And so I could read her review now since I left my review, because I was kind of like, tormented on what should I do. Anyways, I left the review, so now I was able to open up her review, and that's when I saw the 2-star review. And she said the review started out like we loved the place, it was really nice, but Mr. Steven got mad at me, was very mad at me because I have high blood pressure and I'm a single mom, and I checked out and I had to check out late because I had a high blood pressure and medical condition. I was like, what? Where's all this stuff coming from? So she putting this out there on the thing. I had to respond to that. To me, in my mind, I had to respond to that because it looks like I look like a hole, putting me out because not respecting someone's medical conditions. Well, she didn't tell me nothing about that. And you could ask Lupita. She was out there. She was moving the stuff. She looked normal to me when she was like she just overslept, right? And so just overslept. And so she put out that, and I'll pull up my rebuttal. I know you say your rebuttal. I know you say don't do them.
I say this: let your rebuttal be in your review.
Let my rebuttal be in my initial review.
Yeah, I mean, if like me personally, if you leave a big white kidnapper van in front of my house, I'm giving you a 1, and then you check out late. That should have been a 1-star review. I'm not nice. I'm not one of those. Oh, you're getting a 3. Nah, you're getting a 1-star. Communication off. Cleanliness, I don't really know. No, cleanliness, you get a 1 just for bringing a cat up in my spot.
Right.
I mean, you're not observing the house rules. Clearly a 1. I mean.
So okay, that makes sense now. Yeah. And I was kind of gentle on the initial review then, but yeah, I know.
Me mess with my spot. I'm giving you a 1-star.
This is my public. I told myself you should probably wait a few hours before you write because you're writing angry. Anyways, I went off. I'm sorry. This is my reputation.
I gotta hear this.
And so I wrote my public response to her nonsense. Was I was not mad you left late. You mentioned nothing about health issues before you left, and I even let you stay an extra day. You left late and caused our guests to check in late, and we let you return to our house several times to look for your keys. You lost our remote control, and you left a giant white van in our driveway, inconveniencing the next guests. Also, your son accidentally admitted to having a cat in the premises, which is against house rules. We're very upset with your rating of us, considering all the things we went out of our way to accommodate you. We hope you're more considerate with the next hosts.
Not bad.
Dropping the mic twice today, Myka. What's up?
That ain't bad. I mean, but You just did that to a high blood pressure patient.
Yeah.
See, she's now publicly a high blood pressure patient, and you just ragged
Oh,
on
and a single mom. And playing the single mom
hey,
card.
Yeah, you see how she's playing those cards on you? That's why I would have been
man.
like, thank you for staying. We hope to see you again soon. That's what I do on all of them. If they leave a bad one, I say that too. And people,
Wow.
but oh yeah, people know, like, hey, you know. I mean, I personally don't leave the responses, the public responses. You know, I just let it go. Say thank you for booking. Hope to see you again soon.
And a crazy part too, because I was still, after I did that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look, because when she booked my place, she had a 5-star review from somebody.
Okay.
And I went to Airbnb and I found that person that she stayed at. Which is Miss K, Miss K. And she's the one that, I told her she has like a little podcast of her own too.
Oh, that's how you found out
that's
about it.
That's how I found her.
Okay, go ahead.
And so anyways, I went on the Airbnb and I found who she was and I messaged her directly. Of course you gotta kind of hide your stuff or whatever. Yeah. So I started asking her questions. I was like, did you have a guest named Evelyn? See, should I have said that? Oh, well, whatever.
Okay. You're doing your due diligence after the fact.
And do you have a guest named blah, blah, blah? And did she, because she gave us, I see you gave her a 5-star review. She gave us a lot of issues. Did she not give y'all any issues either? She's like, oh, yeah, I remember her. Yeah, she gave us plenty of issues. She tried to smuggle her cats in, which I put my foot down. And this is what helped with her, because she was renting a room out of her house. So she saw all the stuff that lady Evelyn was trying to do. And so she was trying to smuggle these cats in. She said, no way, those things aren't allowed in here. And she started like taking over areas of the house and started like putting her stuff in the garage and stuff like that. And she's like, I finally had to tell her to leave. And I was like, why did you leave her a 5-star review saying that, yes, we would have her back anytime? I don't know why she did that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay. And that's been something real big that people have been talking about. I'm sick of that, too. Leave honest reviews. Like, what are you afraid of? No one can see the review until after both of you have posted. Quit being afraid to leave bad reviews.
You started out like that, too, right? Or did you start off honest reviews from day one?
See, who was a bad guest? I'm trying to think. Who was a bad... Okay. I did kind of, but not really. I accidentally left a guy a good review. What I was doing was I was trying to hurry up and rack up my reviews when I first started, and it was in my condo. It was the kids who were underage and kind of left a mess.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have left them a 1-star. I probably would have left them 3 or 4, but I ended up leaving them 5 because I hadn't went to the condo yet.
Right.
So I was just like, okay, he checked out. Boom. The Airbnb sends you the message. I left him a review. So next time, but ever since then, I haven't been doing it. I'll leave you Me and Mahogany are very, very, like, what we do is, like, if I want to fire off, I'll type some up and I'll let Mahogany read it. If Mahogany's going to fire off, she'll type some up and let me read it. So we keep it kind of balanced so it's like we ain't going full-fledged in on them. You know what I mean?
Scorched earth.
Yeah, like we just go straight in on them. But, I mean, leave an honest review, man. Just leave an honest review.
Yeah, I'm going to do that from now on.
Straight up, leave an honest review. I tell people, hey, if this person, and matter of fact, I have a story. Like, I have this lady who's supposed to stay on one of my East Coast properties in Pennsylvania. I start posting those in the Poconos. Okay, so this lady asked if she could book the room. She asked what the rooms look like. I told her, hey, this is our first week renting this resort. I don't know what the rooms look like, and I don't have any reviews for them yet. So that day, I said, hey, you can go ahead and cancel, and I'll give you all your money back, free of charge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Today, she hits me up. 10 days later. Hey, can I cancel? I'm like, no. She's like, no. She said, can I cancel penalty free? I said, no. She's like, and then she starts going in. It's my birthday, and you don't understand this? I'm like, I told you. I'm like, whoa. I told you 10 days ago that you could cancel penalty free, right?
Yeah.
She starts going in. It's my birthday. I'm about to cry. And all types of, man, some silly
After
stuff,
10
right?
days of being there.
And then she goes, I can't believe you're like this. You're all just about the money, aren't you? I'm like, she's like, I'm very dissatisfied with our communication. I was like, I'm very dissatisfied with the lack of understanding in this conversation. I'm like, one, I told you could be refunded 10 days ago. I told you I now have reviews for the place, and they are 4- and 5-star reviews. she still goes in. She goes, well, I just hope the room is what it looks like. It's the pictures are what the room looks like and all this other stuff. So I'm like, I told her she couldn't cancel, but I already know. Because like I'm not going to lie. I'm going to leave her a 1-star review if she stays. So I'm going to go back with my timeshare and see if she can cancel full refund. Because I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
Yeah, so, but if she can't, then, oh, well, I get some money and you get a 1-star review. Don't care. I'm serious, man. Like some of these people, what she did was she waited those 10 days. She's like, I didn't have time to research the place, and I didn't have time. What she went and found another place is what she pretty much went and did. Yeah, that's what it was. Then she was like, oh, well, I can't get a refund now. No, I ain't cutting you no slack. You ain't about to hold up my calendar for 10 days. Man, yeah, people are. Yeah, you got to be a little bit stern with some of these people, man.
I see that with me too. I call it we're getting Airbnb hardened, because just like being a long-term renter after a while, the first few years, it's fun. Yeah, you can pay whenever you want to pay, and then you start getting get the hell out of my house kind of thing. You turn into that.
That's true.
And that's what the same thing with Airbnb. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you broke a vase. Stuff happens. then he just is dealing with these people. And then that's the customer service, man. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. And so you just get hard. You don't turn into an a-hole. You're understanding, but you just get a little more hard, a little tougher, You
do. I mean, it's like anything you do for a long time. You're eventually just you start mastering it. You're going to get a little bit more testicular fortitude about yourself. But I'm just saying, man, people will push you over if they feel like they can do that. And that's what she felt. She felt like, hey, I'm going to go find another place, get another place, and then say, oh, it's my birthday. Just going in. I'm going to tell her tomorrow.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, but tomorrow if I can see that I can cancel and get a full refund, I will let her do that happily.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I don't ever plan to book with you again. I don't want you to. And me and Mahogany, we're texting back and forth about stuff we should say. Mahogany's making memes of the girl and sending them to me through a text message. It was fun. Yeah, I'm sorry. Me and Mahogany, we have some fun like that. So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. A cool, I've just been dealing with nothing but frustrations with Airbnb.
Okay.
And one of the things was they said I explained it. I showed them. I explained. They saw all the conversation with me and the lady were having. That she's gonna leave. She already told me she's gonna leave a good review and all this stuff. I said she didn't get mad until I asked for that $50. And they saw that. Yeah, we could kind of see that she did that out of spite. She left the 2-star out of spite because she liked the place, but she still because you asked for the $50. And but we can't take the review down.
Nope.
And so I was like, "You serious? You can see what happens." And they can't. Oh well, we like transparency and this and that. And I was like, "All right, whatever." And so I was like, "What about the $50 that I refunded?" You clearly see she admitted to leaving late, which caused me to do that. And that's why I gave the $50. Well, that's the claims department. You got to put a thing with. So I started a thing with the claims department, whatever. And I didn't think nothing. I was like, I'm never going to see that $50, whatever. Yeah. But I did the right thing. That's all that matters. And so, the next day I got a message from them, email, and it said, "Hey, Mr. Suarez, we'd like to tell you that we reimbursed you that $50 that you did, and thank you very much for all you do for Airbnb." I was like, "Wow, that's cool." They actually refunded the $50 that I out of my heart gave back to those people. Yeah. And it was like the next day. It was real quick, That was pretty neat. I don't know if it came from her or it just came from Airbnb. Gave me the $50. It didn't say.
Yeah, it came from Airbnb. Yeah, they can't. They'll. I noticed they'll refund small stuff. Like $40, $50. They'll refund it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. They covered me on a 3-star review. I had a guess. They didn't like the room, and she said something was missing that was in the pictures. And they usually Airbnb told me they usually have to refund people when that happens. So
yeah,
she ended up they refunded her $40 for me, so I didn't have to do it. So they will do that every now and then, but I have my ups and downs with Airbnb, but that's why I'm moving into corporate rentals, man. Straight up, man. Seriously, why let them take a cut of... And this is also what I'm telling people. Why let them take a cut of your profit and hold up your, especially with this group payment thing. That's what's really pushing me away from Airbnb. Like you're at the point now where you feel like you got the power to hold up people's listings. I don't know who you think you are.
Okay. Airbnb is a juggernaut, right? It's a freaking juggernaut that's taking over everything. And they sent me a questionnaire, an email questionnaire, which I answered all their, they're asking me how the experience is going as a host and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. One of the questions that stuck out when you said corporate rental right now, one of the questions was, if you no longer could do Airbnb, what would you do instead with the house? And the first thing was on there was make it a corporate rental. And then it said make it a long-term rental, make it whatever, sell it. It was asking you if you could no longer do, because I guess all the regulations coming. I think they're gonna go hard at that corporate rental spot. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money they could be making that they're losing to corporate rentals. That Airbnb is gonna make a thing. Maybe call it Airbnb corporate, or they're gonna call it something. But they're gonna, because they want to control everything. I mean, they're a juggernaut.
But this is the thing. It's so many avenues outside of Airbnb to advertise your corporate rental. What could they do? They ain't gonna let you.
Airbnb is a strong, powerful name, though. What if they say Airbnb corporate, and that'll be like a branch off of the Airbnb name? The corporate rentals with you didn't like you didn't know which one to choose right away. You said, there's several out there. I guess I'll choose this one, right? Uh-huh. And there's not like that one that's mega corporate, or there's not like a strong.
But Airbnb makes its money off of taking your monthly. Making money off of your fees. These other places, like, look, $100 you can list your place. I'm out of it. Unless
right.
Airbnb couldn't get into that, because they could. I don't see how they can get into that.
They take a big chunk out of your monthly rent that you're charging them.
Who would do that when they can do it for free?
What do you mean?
Who would go to Airbnb and list a corporate rental? Right? I can make $5,000 a month without Airbnb. Why would I put Airbnb in the mix? Because once you're to the point of corporate rentals, most people who do corporate rentals know they don't need Airbnb for that.
Right.
Unless they start. Here's this is a good idea. Unless they start advertising it to people.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
right now, because we're letting people know about corporate rentals. A lot of people we talk to, they don't know that that's an option. That's
true.
Everybody at work that asked me, they asked me about Airbnb. And then I say, well, I'm thinking of stepping into the corporate rentals. And they're like, what's that? They've heard Airbnb. It has all this publicity, promotion. It's on the news. They know what Airbnb is. They don't know what they did. All of them asked me, what's corporate? What is that? And I'm like, I try to explain.
Survey?
On the survey, that was the very first answer on there. If you could no longer do Airbnb for whatever reason, and ordinances and all that stuff, what would you turn the house into? And then the first one was corporate rental, and then it said long-term rental, then it said other options. But yeah, I was like, it just made me think. I think they're gonna try to hit it hard. Maybe call it Airbnb corporate. They got smart-ass people in these rooms thinking these ideas, and I think they're looking like, wow, we're losing a lot of money these corporate rentals over here. We could own that market. We got the strong name. We're the Walmart of short-term rentals. We're the Walmart of the rental space.
If they did do that, like they put their foot in the corporate rental world, right? They could make a huge, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say it. There's people that aren't savvy enough to know you truly don't need unless Airbnb gets into the market with the people that need corporate rentals. That could be the big thing. See, you don't want to advertise to the host that. Advertise to the guests. Like, let's say Airbnb start teaming up with these medical staff and people. That's where the money could come in. Like, hey, we got this nurse. She'll take your spot for $3,000 a month.
Right.
And then you make the nurse pay all the fees.
Boom.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they're gonna dip their toe in it or go at it hard because they got the name. They got that's unlimited true. Funds. They got unlimited backers right now. They could take it over pretty good because there's, like you said, there's several different ones out there, but there's not that one that everybody just knows about.
Then that moves you out of the hotel occupancy tax,
and that solves Airbnb's ordinance problems.
Yeah, it does. That's a good idea.
You saw all those people that fell off the thing in San Francisco like a few days ago. Thousands of listings just gone. Because they didn't sign up for they have to get a certificate or whatever. A lot of them didn't get it. and time and the deadline, and all these listings, thousands of San Francisco listings gone. That's a lot of money for Airbnb. So if they're going to start losing these battles in every single city, even Arlington, then they're going to have to find another way to make money. And I think they might start dipping their toes in the long-term game. Because long-term, you can't touch that, man. That's long-term is part of the law. That's your house. You can long-term anything.
Man, you're right. You could do it.
I'm just saying.
That takes you... But my... Okay, this is my thing then. I think the best way for them to be into corporate rentals is to charge the guest all the fees. Like, okay, you're going to take off, it's a corporate rental, so you're probably going to take off a cleaning fee, right?
Right.
Take off a cleaning fee, take off the hotel occupancy taxes for the places that are charged them, and then you just charge the guest the 3% fee. So that's what I think you should do. You know what I mean? I mean, then that kind of keeps you in the game as far as, because the hosts aren't going to pay that 3% fee, knowing dang well they don't need Airbnb. So it'll be interesting to see. They could definitely get into that market. That's something I never thought about. So we'll see.
What else? What's new with you and your Airbnb life, man?
Oh man, my Airbnb life is. Oh, this is my goal for 2018. I'm kind of pissed with this company, Evolve. I called them. No, I hit them up yesterday. And the day before yesterday, and they said they'd give me a call at 5:30 the next day. I called, wait for them to call, and they never called me. Because what I'm going to do is, I think I told you, I'm going to hand over all, like, the listings, adding new listings. I'm handing all that over to Evolve, and I'm going to make Airbnb full-time passive income. So all I'm going to focus on is consulting, subleasing places that are already furnished. That's the business. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to work on doing. So that's pretty much what I've been up to. So the only Airbnb foot I have in Airbnb is my timeshares. Everything else, timeshares, subleasing, I guess. But other than that, I'm dipping my foot full-fledged into corporate rentals, man. But
that's not a good sign if they won't get back to you. You know, how are they going to run your things?
Exactly. I don't trust. I looked at a company called Tokeet, which Adam James liked them, and I seen them on Facebook, and then as soon as I was about to call them, this lady said, Tokeet sucks. And it was in one of the Airbnb groups. I'm like, dang, but I'll give them a call. So if anybody, actually any of the listeners, if you guys know I don't need them to schedule cleaners. All I need them to do is answer requests, send the people there, and answer requests, send people there, and that's pretty much it. And add new listings. That's all I need. So if anybody knows a company like that, or if you're free, you can do it yourself. I'll hire you, man.
469
300 9100.
Yeah, 10%. Hit them up. 10%.
Matter of fact, I have a lot of listings. I'll give you 5%. Matter of fact, we can work a deal. So we'll see. So yeah, that's what I've.
You're already negotiating with the camera right there.
Yeah, I'm negotiating with the camera. So we'll see. But
he's a good poker player, Myka.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to, man. Just kind of securing myself. So it sounds like Airbnb's coming down with some stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
You got to have exit strategies. You got to have different strategies.
You got to have some.
Like in Bigger Pockets, they always say, always have plenty of tools in your tool belt.
Uh-huh.
He goes, you might know flipping, or you might know long term, or you might know how to do a note. You might know. He goes, you might not be an expert at all of them, but you always have different tools to use in case something happens.
Definitely.
You gotta handle it. You got the tool for that.
I have something to say. This isn't Airbnb, but it's very share economy related.
Oh, that's us. We do share economy too.
We do share economy. So my wife, I dropped my wife off this morning. She went back home to Portland. That's where we're from. And she was like, dang, I'm going to need a car for 5 days. She was going to use her dad's car, but it's kind of janky. So she's like, look, let me use a car. I'm going to try to get a rental car. I'm like, bet, let's go ahead and try Turo. So we compared Turo to Enterprise, and Turo's prices suck.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that?
Well, I remember I used them one time. They were a little bit cheaper, but for all the hassle I went through, I would have rather done Enterprise.
Yeah, Enterprise is way cheaper than Turo too.
Oh, it's cheaper than Turo.
Yeah, by $100 cheaper. Like that's why. But this is where Turo makes their money. It made me realize today. I'm like, that's where they make their money. I think they rent out to people under 25.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be where they're making.
That's their only option.
Yeah, because I'm like, so it makes sense they charge more because you're under 25, and I'm pretty sure they charge it to people under 25. Because I'm like, my wife was like, this ain't cheaper than Enterprise. She's like, Enterprise said I can have a car for a week for $150. I'm like, well, let's go with them. Yeah, Turo, they were gonna put her in a piece of crap for $30 a day.
Jeez.
Yeah, it ain't. Yeah, Turo.
In my Turo experience, it was literally a piece of crap. The car was literally a piece of crap.
Yeah. So Turo,
it was terrible.
Sorry, Turo, but y'all, they probably need to get into exotic car rentals to make a big chunk of change. You know what I mean?
They do those too. They have those.
Yeah.
already.
Okay. Yeah, to justify their prices, because getting a piece of crap for more than Enterprise, and I can be an Enterprise in a 2017 or 2018 for $100 cheaper.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if they're doing the Airbnb model, it's the people pricing their cars, not Turo. Turo ain't pricing them. They'd love to undercut Enterprise, but they can't because that's not their car to undercut them with. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. But
so they're at the mercy of the people renting out the cars.
We need to talk to somebody who does Turo and see what their returns are.
Yeah, that would be good. A Turo episode.
That's coming. That's coming. We got to talk to somebody to see what their returns are on that, because I couldn't imagine somebody booking unless. I don't know. I couldn't imagine somebody booking a rental car. You can get it cheaper at Enterprise unless you're under 25.
Right.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. So no Turo, bro.
Oh, another new thing with Airbnb, you can now see your ratings on Airbnb. It's public.
Really?
Yeah. If you go to your reviews page, all your reviews, it tells you what they left a 5 on, what they left a 3 on, a 4 on, all that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's about time. Shit. It's
usually a mystery.
Yeah, usually they just show you, hey, you got a 5-star review, but yeah, they show you now, so that's pretty dope.
So we NFL draft is coming to town.
Is it coming to Arlington? Or
It's
is it going to Frisco?
I thought it was going to be at the Cowboy State, the Arlington Stadium.
I thought it was going to be at the Star.
Is it going to be at the Star?
That's what I heard. I'm not sure.
Oh.
My boy, he was talking about it today because he was like, I'm going to rent out my place. He's like, I need you to set up an Airbnb.
He lives in Frisco?
He lives right there on Legacy. And he's like, hey, I just want to rent my place out. He's like, I'm going to go stay at my mom's.
Well, you know what? We might get some residual, what's it called? Some side effects from everybody thinking that it's going to be here in Arlington at the Cowboy Stadium, Jerry
true.
World. And so they might book through us anyways. They might say, oh, yeah, you're right from the stadium.
Turn
cool.
on that strict cancellation policy.
And
So
then they'll be...
they cancel, you get some dough out of it either way.
There, where the hell's Frisco? Oh, man, that's far away, bro.
Bro, it's about an hour north, bro.
Yeah. Don't be drinking now.
Call an Uber.
$100 Uber. Oh man, so that's what I thought it was gonna be here. But
I've been here in Frisco at the Star.
At the Star,
I work right across the street from the Star too. So,
boom. Hey, rent you something now on Airbnb, and then you can sublease for the game for through that weekend right there.
Good idea, man.
Right down the road.
A small Airbnb hack to make more money. So, when people I hear a lot of people saying, hey, they get sick of people sending all these inquiries through and asking all these questions.
Yeah.
You can charge them for your time. What you do is if they send through an inquiry, their price is not in stone. So what you can do is go to your calendar, up your prices, and then after they're done asking those questions, they probably, one lady, she didn't notice I went up on the price, so hey, I made a nice little extra $50, just saying. I purposely went up on the price, and hey, she still booked it. So,
wow.
Guess I had a good mouthpiece. Oh no,
that's worked against me before. No, I didn't try it. I just barely started with the Airbnb game.
Yeah,
I was on the Beyond Pricing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this lady was hitting me up for a few days. She was asking me, yeah, we're trying to book that week, whatever, and so it's showing this price. So yeah, we think we're gonna do it. I just got to round up the other people and make sure first, and then 2 or 3 days went by, and they said, oh wow, the price dropped. Yeah, we'll go ahead and book today. I'm like, what? I guess Beyond Pricing, they move your prices down on price. Like, freaking Beyond Pricing, I already had her, and they went ahead and dropped the prices because no one booked that weekend,
Mm-hmm.
And so I lost money that way. So it worked in reverse for me because of damn beyond pricing. I don't. Here's a tip. Here's a tip. You know how this is a great tip for all you trying to start with Airbnb. Okay. You know, you still love Beyond. You still use Beyond pricing. You still like them.
Well, I'm kind of in the corporate game.
Okay, but you were until then. You were using them still.
Yeah, I was using them.
And they charge 1%. And you're like, that ain't much. I mean, but if you're making a lot of money, it's a much. You know, you're making $2,000 a month. What's 1% of that? $20.
$20, yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. When it adds up. But a beyond pricing hack,
okay,
is would be you start with beyond pricing because that first month is free, right? You do your prices for you feed you put all your input into beyond pricing, and then you feed them, and then it populates all your prices for the year according to how what you put your medium price and you put the whatever, it populates it out for let's say you set up your Airbnb for infinity or whatever, it'll set it up, it'll populate all the prices across the whole year, the next 2 years, whatever. Yeah. That first month is free. You can actually, drop it back down to just 1 month at a time or 2 or 3 months at a time, whatever. Yeah. It's still, all the prices are already populated for you. Yeah. Pretty cool. No. After that first month, and it says, okay, we'll put in your credit card information and you can stay with beyond pricing, this and that. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. It's already priced. I'll just control the prices going up and down according to what I think it's going to be. But they priced it pretty well how they thought it was going to be priced, Yeah. So I just went off of that a little. I can go up and down how I feel each week, Every week I price it. I do the prices.
You do?
Yeah, I control the prices.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've been pretty good in getting people in there. Okay. So they start you out with a good feel on how you should price your place. And it's already priced for the whole year, and then you can get off of them. You don't have to stay with beyond pricing.
Yeah, it's a good hack.
It's just a little bitty hack. Every dollar counts, right? So,
question: are you looking to get into corporate rentals?
Yeah, big time.
So, have you clicked on your calendar, went to dates unavailable by default, and you just open up your own dates?
Dates unavailable by default.
Yeah, it blocks your whole calendar, and you control which dates are open.
Oh, I haven't done that, no. Yeah, I should do that because they keep getting freaking little bookings here and there.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, and if you want, and then start, because my new goal is people that need help with their Airbnbs and aren't getting bookings, call me, and I'll get you some bookings real quick. So I'm now an Airbnb consultant.
Bum-ba-da-da.
Yeah, well, I've already been that, but I'm a different type of consultant at this point. Yeah.
Stepping up your game, man.
Definitely got to keep stepping the game up.
All right. Camera died.
Oh.
Prendela, por favor.
We can go ahead and finish it without it.
Finish without it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then just play what we have.
I don't know why it's chipping.
We'll use my phone next time. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Well, we tried.
Yeah,
we'll have a little bit of video sprinkled here and there.
Sporadic video.
And so what was I gonna say? Do you remember what I was gonna say? What were we talking about?
Beyond pricing.
Beyond pricing.
Moving, blocking your calendar off.
Blocking the calendar. Okay, yeah. You got to do that if you're gonna get into corporate rental. And I need to start doing that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I booked an Airbnb. I haven't done one in a while. I know you still haven't done an Airbnb yet, have you?
I have stayed in an Airbnb. Yours. Yeah.
You were the best guests ever.
There you go. Yeah, I stayed at your Airbnb. Some funny thing about that is, never mind. Off air. Yeah. No, it's off air.
Oh, okay. Off air.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You were getting lambasted on the Facebook group.
Oh yeah. They were pissed with me, man. I was like, "Jeez, these hosts ain't playing, man."
Freaky, we got a lot of snitches on there, little tattletales, bro.
Yeah. The Airbnb. What's the name of that group?
Professional hosts.
The Airbnb professional hosts, super host, whatever it's called, man.
It's a big group.
Yeah, it's a big group, but it's a lot of crybaby type people on there. Like I made a simple joke, and these people, and they went in on me, man. Like my wife had to come in and throw a few punches, man.
She did. She did.
Like seriously, like I just made a joke. This lady was having trouble getting reviews, and
What'd you say on the thing?
I jokingly wrote, "Oh, you're having trouble getting reviews." I'm like, just text your guests and tell them you'll give them 5% discount and see how fast those 5-star reviews start rolling.
Yeah, for a 5-star review, give them a 5% discount.
So, like, as soon as I wrote it, these people start going in like, "That's illegal. You can't do it." And then one lady was right. If you get a good Airbnb specialist, they're gonna see what you're doing, and you're gonna get banned. I'm like, dang, calm down. So and then like I kind of kept trolling. I was like, I went and said, break a few rules and live a little, and they were like. Then this guy came
and get kicked off.
Yeah, you're gonna get kicked off, and I'm like, and after a while, like they kept going. I'm like, hey man.
Oh, what did you say? 400 reviews ain't got kicked off yet.
Yeah. I said, and then like they're like, you're gonna get kicked off. I'm like, after 400 reviews, I ain't been kicked off yet, and I assure you, as long as Airbnb gets their cut, they don't care. Man, these people start going in on me, so they kept going. So then I was like, hey man, it was a joke.
You know, they were the tattletale in class. You know,
yeah,
teachers, look at him, he's over there.
And then I went over there, and then I wrote, I'm like, at the end, I'm like, seriously, do you think I really think I refunded 400 plus people? How would I make money? Then this one random girl liked it, like, duh, these people are, yeah. Then Mahogany hopped on there and started going in on them. It was funny.
I think I did chime in. I was like, this would be a great topic for our podcast, Live, Let, Thrive, every Wednesday at 7:30.
Yeah, man, that was funny though. But yeah, man, those Facebook groups, they get hostile. I'd rather be on Bigger Pockets. They don't get that hostile on Bigger Pockets. It's just like, dang, these people.
But see, that's the thing. I tell you, dude, be careful on there because they say they're taking screenshots and sending it to Airbnb.
Yeah,
what kind of crap is that, man? Trying to get people messed up.
The mod, he said he doesn't like people doing that, but he's like, hey, I can't really moderate that because he goes, it's too many people. It's 20,000 people in here. You know what I mean? You can't moderate that. So, right, I mean, it was a joke. They were going in. I'm like, really? Calm down,
man. But
yeah, man.
Well, I was thinking too.
Okay.
About going back to the city council thing, all that stuff. If they do, let's just say, I'm just for argument's sake, if they do ban it in Arlington or make some strict rules or whatever, who's going to benefit from that?
The city ain't.
All the peripheral little cities, man. Where I got my Airbnb, Hearst, be all right to have one in Hearst, Euless, Bedford, Irving, Grand Prairie's going to come up. There's a lot of cities around the area that are going to come up because of
that city council guy said. He goes, why would you put restrictions on money coming into your city? Does that make sense to you?
He probably has an Airbnb too.
No. He did.
No,
but he just understood business. He simply understood business. He goes, if they're paying taxes, why would you stop that from coming in here?
Right.
And he's like, we don't have hotels here. I'm like, think about it. That'd be dumb to cut off Airbnb, but if they do, hey, I'm in the corporate game. I'm out of the Airbnb game in Arlington, man.
But that might tempt you to buy one in the perimeters if you can get you a nice price on one in the perimeters and put all the pictures in Arlington up on it.
That's true. That could be a major attraction, man.
And what's going to happen to all these people jumping ship? If that did happen, there's a lot of Airbnbers here, right? They might be trying to sell their houses, get out of the game.
No. That's when they're going to call me.
The fixer.
Yes, sir. If you have an Airbnb, as a matter of fact, if you have an Airbnb that isn't doing well or you need some tips and tricks, you call me and I will hook you up.
Wasn't that the name of your first Airbnb, Tips and Tricks?
No. Tips and tricks.
Oh, that was the guy that lived beside you, right? That ran the brothel out of his Airbnb. He called it Tips and Tricks.
Tips and tricks. Yeah, man.
Leave the money on the table, all right?
Uber drivers. They must accept people with service animals now.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Uber's got in trouble for not accepting the service animals.
Some wet dog's going to ruin your car, bro. Sorry, man. As if it wasn't as if it wasn't hard enough for Uber drivers making $4 taking someone across town, and then you're gonna make them put a wet ass dog or whatever animal,
I'm out of the Uber
security pig with his claws scratching up your leather in your car. You gotta take him, dude. He's a service animal. It's getting out of hand. They got service ducks. This person's taking a service pony around.
No, this is the best one. My emotional support animal. Like, what?
I'm sorry if we're pissing off some fans out there. Listen, back in the day when it started, helps blind people with seizures. Yeah, there's legit reasons to have a service animal. But man, there's people that are really taking advantage of it. Yeah,
this guy wanted to bring his emotional support parakeet that's in a cage. I'm like, oh, okay, man, no. Yeah,
you didn't let a parakeet in your house?
No, it was one of the timeshares. I'm like, I told him, if it's a service animal, we can accept it. Yeah. I'm like, they ain't gonna accept your emotional support parakeet, man. Like, dude, come on, man. I was like, yeah, it was. I'm like, I couldn't even justify to the front desk to let you in with that. They're gonna look at me like I'm stupid. So.
I could picture him bringing the empty cage and just staring at it his whole trip. And, hello, is it me you're looking for?
But yeah, man, it's been crazy.
We're going. Like I said, we rented an Airbnb.
Oh yeah. Where you going?
In Corpus Christi for spring break.
Corpus.
Yeah, taking my wife and my 2 daughters, and so I figured Corpus is it's a cool little trip. Do a little road trip over there. It's a place right on the beach and stuff. Real good price on it. Okay. And actually, the lady I was hitting her up because it's coming all full circle now. Because remember you said don't ever don't ever respond to the review in a bad way or whatever, and which I did. Whatever, I was fair. I was stern but fair. But I was looking at her listings before I was going to book it. Listings are important. I'm sorry, reviews are important. Yeah. And so I was looking at her reviews, and they're all 5-star glowing. And then boom, and then one dude said, "Do not ever stay here under any condition. And this is a terrible experience." Blah blah blah. He was going off on her. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And that might have swayed me, something like that. Seeing a review like that, it might have swayed me. Yeah. But I read the response to her, and she's like, you need to be more truthful because the reason you were kicked out was not my fault. You brought a dog that was barking, disturbing the neighbors. It's clearly in the house rules. You cannot have animals. It's in the rules of the condo association that no one can bring animals to the place. And they kicked you out because that's their policies. And, it's my condo. Yeah. But you had to leave because of that. And you leave me a review calling me a liar. But this is the real reason you were kicked out and banned. And we warned you. And we told you not to bring an animal. But you did. And that's why you were kicked out. You can't bend it and say I kicked you out for no reason or whatever.
That's a good point.
And so that rebuttal, I was like, wow, I'm glad she responded to it. Because I was wondering what the hell that was about. And so I actually messaged her. I said, I saw you responded to somebody. I did that too because they're trying to give me a bad review. And she's like, and he gave her a 1-star review. And she said, yeah, I just wanted the truth to be out there. And of course Airbnb agreed with me that he was in the wrong, but they still didn't remove the review. Yeah. And I was like, man, even as something like that, he blatantly broke the rules, kicked out because of the rules, and he goes scorched earth on her. They still won't remove that review. Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
Hey man, it is messed up. Matter of fact, check this out. I actually had a lady hit me up about a review that I left her. I think I left her like a 3-star or 1-star. I don't know which one. She had pissed me off in the comments. No man, she was like I sent her the stuff. I sent her everything. Everything was going well. Then she starts sending these little smart ass comments. You can bleep that if you want. About I sent her the Wi-Fi stuff, and she said she was having trouble with the Wi-Fi, and I let them know I don't advertise Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi may be unavailable because I have a lot of people at the resort. And she's like, "Oh well, thank you for the Wi-Fi. It was a good gesture, but it's not working, and people aren't, and there's too many people logged in." And I was like, "Yeah, I already sent that to you." And she sent a few more smart comments. So review time comes upon. I left my honest feelings and reviews about her. She left hers. I think she left me like a 4 or 5-star. It didn't leave me a review at all. But she hit me back like, "I don't appreciate your review of me. I don't feel like I was being rude." Didn't respond to her at all. Like, oh, okay. Don't ever come stay at my spot again. Deuces. Seriously, man. I mean, some people, like, to get a bad review at my timeshare, you have to do something extremely out of the way. Because, like, Airbnb knows I give most of the people 5 stars. So, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I think one place, because we're going to drive to Corpus Christi, right?
Okay. How long is that drive? 5, 6?
Probably about 6 hours.
Okay.
And so, the reason I know is because, like, we were thinking of stopping at the what's it called, the silos, the Magnolia silos over there in Waco.
Okay.
You know that show Fixer Upper? Okay, it's a HGTV show where out of Waco, and it's like
we just started watching HGTV. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I ain't watching so.
Well, it was one of the most popular ones, and so we were thinking of going over there, stopping at the silos, whatever, getting some kolaches, and then either staying at a spot there, because if we go, like, because I get off work Tuesday like at 2:30, so if we go, and if we don't want to drive the rest of the way at night, whatever, we could get a place in Waco, whatever. Prices in Waco are going up because of that damn show,
Really?
People are staying in Waco now.
Wow.
It's crazy. There's tourists going to freaking Waco. And so we're going to hit that place up. So all your fans out there, hey, we get to see the Magnolia for you. There you go. We'll take a picture. We'll post it on our website. You like websites, Myka?
Yes, sir.
And so, you've had a lot of guests.
Yeah.
Okay, you've had like an annoying ass guest, like in this way, not in like a bad way, like they're an a-hole or nothing, but annoying is that they're overly nice, but just asking, just like they're kind of goofy. You know what I'm saying?
I had one today, man. This dude named Tom. Don't ever trust a guy named Tom. Seriously, man. This guy's named Tom. Like, and then people named Tom and Bob, those simple names, usually they're simple people. I'll say that. I'm sorry. No offense, fans named Tom and Bob. Go by Thomas or Bobby. But yeah, man, this guy. Let me see what he wrote. Like, okay, he's the guy trying to bring the parakeet, by the way, and he threatened to cancel if I couldn't allow him to bring the parakeet. So I'm like, hey, man, you can cancel. Go ahead. It's your business. So, okay. So today I always send my welcome email. It's kind of long, but I pretty much wrote, this is the part he had a question. I said, we don't advertise Wi-Fi, but the email to log into the Wi-Fi will be my email address and my account number. I sent my email address and account number. I said, you may also be asked for my zip code, which is this. I said, there are sometimes limitations with the Wi-Fi, such as costs or too many users logged in. He sends me back an email and says, I don't understand. By the way, he's the first person to ever ask this, so I know he was goofy. I don't understand Wi-Fi instructions. How can I email you if I don't have Wi-Fi? My God, are you serious? What? That I told you to email? I was like, okay. I was like, never mind. Yeah. So what was yours?
Well, I don't think they listen to the show, but the current guests, man. I mean, yeah, they want just a little bit out there, a little bit in the goofy sense. They want to be like our best friends and stuff, and I'm cool with people. I love people, but man. Like if I answer one text from them, like if they say, oh, we love the house, oh, thank you, thank you very much. Oh, does it cool if we do this? Asking just whatever. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay, oh well, my son, he just wants to make so much art here. He's so inspired. Okay, cool. Oh, and the piano. Yeah, is it cool if I play the piano? Yeah, that's what it's there for. Oh, okay. And this lady, she called me right when she booked. She called me right when the booking went through. She asked me a million questions, right? First, before they booked, and then it booked, and the booking went through, right? Yeah. And so, I mean, I got a phone call right away. I guess as soon as my phone number showed up, ding, and that's how old phones used to sound.
Yeah.
Ding. And so she just hit me up. Oh, hey, hey, Steven, it's me. I won't say the name. And but we just want to say thank you so much for hosting us and this and that. And they're from California.
Oh, that's why.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I've had some California guests that leave me the hell alone. I'm not saying okay. I sound like an asshole when I say leave me the hell alone.
Yeah.
But I mean, ask me a few questions. That's fine. I'll help you out any way I can. But just
she was hitting that California mean green.
No. These ones ain't like that. It'd be cool if they were. They might be more mellow. But man, she had me on the phone. Lupita was there too. We were in the bedroom. It was that night after they booked, and I was like, and I was just like, on the phone, and she just went on and on, asking me a million questions. And then it's like right when it was close, it's pretty late. I bet you gotta go to work. But one more thing. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, and then. Okay, well, I should let you go now because you got to go to work, and and then look like your baby looks so happy, and your baby wants to see you, and your wife. I mean, really kind of like a little weird. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And then she's like, oh, but one more thing. I mean, oh my dude, this phone was never gonna end, man. It's like, oh my god, and that was the very first experience with her. And then so, anyways, they got checked in, and here come the text messages rolling in. If she asked me one question, if I respond to one, I'll get 10 consecutive boom, 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 boom right after that. And the other day, she was like, it's so cold today. You know what you should do? You should sing Lupita a song, and baby, it's cold outside. You should sing her that song.
Yeah, bro, they were on the stuff.
No, they're not on the stuff. They're real religious type folk. Yeah, they're like. Yeah. Oh,
were they in town for the what's it called? A lot of people from California came for it. The Jehovah's Witness thing?
No, not that one.
No. Okay.
It's more of a Mormon religion.
Oh, okay.
So, actually, they were dying to meet us. They wanted to meet us, and I just happened. I said, well, okay, this was the first day they were here. I said, well, we'll be over there in the Hearst area visiting with my mom. We're gonna be at Burritos Locos. We're gonna get some food later. Oh, we'll just meet you there, blah blah. And they met us there, and they just started, same thing, talking, and it was just weird. And their son is, he's autistic kid, cool kid, okay. But he's a cool kid, but he's over there walking around all over the restaurant, and the dad's trying to chase him down, and the mom's just over here telling me and at the church, my skirt opened up, and I was like, oh, so embarrassed. And she's a big lady, and she's like, and then I talked to the preacher, and he said, and she just like nonstop talking, but like simple, a little simple.
Too much of the happy juice. No, I mean, like, she just was a happy person. You can't knock people like that, but don't.
I know, it's just weird, dude. It's just like, but then she started in the next day. You should sing Lupita that song, and you can look it up on your phone for the lyrics. And have you sang her the song yet? Did you get home yet to sing it? I mean, all these text messages. I'm like, yeah, not yet.
Bro, I'd have been like, okay, we're a bit busy right now.
They bought like towels to put in the kitchen for us. Oh, we saw these Texas towels and we bought them for you, and we just love it here. We never want to leave. And
please leave. I mean, oh my god!
It's just, oh man, dude, and they're talking about they want to, because she comes to town for headache treatment or whatever. There's a famous doctor in Colleyville, I guess.
Oh, so she might have been happy that she not had her headaches and was enjoying that time.
I'll let you meet her.
I'm good, man. Hey, check this out. This is how mahogany is. Like, if we have friends, we have mutual friends. Like, if one of them that she knows talks too much, like she's told one of our friends, they were trying to talk to me about something. She looked at him and goes, "You talk too much for Myka. Myka's not going to deal with you." Like, straight up. Like, mahogany's very blunt. Like, I'm blunt, but I'm not as blunt. But like, just won't put myself in a situation like that. Like, I know I'll be like, okay, I'm leaving. Like, I'll just get up and walk out. So mahogany will just be blunt. She's like, yeah, you talk too much for Myka. Like, I'm serious. I've literally heard her say that. I'm like, damn. But, like, people like that, I can't. Yeah, I'm not a good people
Can't
person.
deal.
I'm very introverted. I'm very introverted. Especially when it comes to crap like that. When you sing mahogany a song.
Secret song.
You okay?
You should record. You should record it so we can all see it. And you can send it to her family in Mexico. And Oh man, dude, it was just like, okay, and then she'll hit me up like, text me all these texts at work, dude. I have to tell her, hey, I'm at work, can't respond, sorry. That'll quiet her down. But like she's like I guess like a spaz, she just.
Is she still in your house?
Still there. They're leaving tomorrow. And she's texting me a lot of times while we're doing this podcast.
Oh, that's why you've been looking at your phone.
Yeah,
I'm thinking you got new requests. You just got.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of fearing that even when they're back in Cali, they're gonna be hitting me up.
Possibly
but
so.
it's. I know. I don't know. It's just like a weird thing.
Quick question. This is for guests too. You can call in or send a text message on how you guys answer this. This came up in one of the Airbnb groups, and I gave my opinion on it. Other people gave their opinions. A lot of people agreed with my opinions. A lot of people didn't. So, this guy pretty much wrote in there. He goes, "I'm sick of people asking 100 questions before they book." And I wrote on there, "I give you one question to ask. After that, I no longer respond." And my one question is, you have a one question limit. After I answer that question, and especially if it's something that's in my listing. If it's not in my listing, I will answer it, put it in my listing so it's there. But yeah, I have a one question limit. I ain't got time for all that. So how about you, Steve? What's your...
Apparently a 1,000,000 question limit?
Well, she had already booked.
Yeah, she's already booked. He's talking about prior?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I've been answering all the questions because I'm fairly new to the game, but I see what you're saying. You have 500 listings. I mean, of course, you can't answer everybody's 1,000,000 questions. Well, me, I got the one, and I'll get one inquiry at a time, and they'll sit there, and then they'll finally book it. So I will allow a few more questions than that. Because
I've heard people, even people with one listing, he goes, "Oh, yeah, I only do one question. If you got questions, hey." Get you off my timeline, man. Because I know, like, seriously, some people just go overboard. Like, this lady I'm trying to cancel tomorrow, she just went overboard. Is this the unit? Is this the actual unit? What tower is it in? Do you know what tower it is? Like, dang, man, chill out. And then I kept telling her, I'm like, look, I averaged 5 stars on all my reviews, and she goes on there, and I'll never do bid. I'm like, okay, man, cancel, please. Leave me alone. Jeez. You're so annoying. You're so annoying. I don't want your money.
That's annoying.
Exactly. That's annoying. But yeah, man. So
I see. You got your limits now. You got your limits. And hey, it's a customer service game, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes I pick and choose. But yeah, man, this has been a good show. Dang, we're
pretty good show,
over,
man. Pretty good show.
And this is our first recorded live episode,
and the damn camera kicked off a few times, so I might do some filler. You might see like a frozen picture of us, or two. Hey, snap one of me with your phone, and I'll snap one of you with my phone, so I can put some filler in while we're doing the we're taking some selfies right now.
Some Wi-Fi's. Perfect. There you go.
You got me.
Yeah. It's always best when you're not looking, so it's just like you don't have to fake smile it.
Yeah, let me do you on yours because my damn iPhone, since the thing is full.
Oh, hold on, let me flip it. You got to flip it back to the camera?
Oh, yeah. Back. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
don't even
perfect.
Look. You don't even know I'm doing this.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm kind of like over here,
away, boom,
going boom on the, yeah.
All right, you get a few more of me, and then I can fill in the blanks where the camera decided to stop. I don't know what's going on with the camera. But anyways, this is a professional podcast, y'all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, we're kicking butt over here, and we're doing things, and we're moving. We got the Pro Tools rolling. I don't know. I'm just feeling space. I'm feeling time. But this is a good show. We haven't done the last show we did was an interview show.
Yeah, Adam James.
James.
That was really inspiring. That was so inspiring. I wrote a business plan and got the business started a few days later. That's how good that guy is, man. He's inspiring. Is
that the plan to Evolve plan, or which one is it?
Well, yeah, Evolve, and they kind of screwed me over. I'm kind of. So, yeah, man, thanks for another exciting episode. It's been episode, 39?
And we put it all out there. I'm sorry we offend people. I mean, we don't sit there and cuss and stuff like that.
I hope we don't offend
I hope we don't offend people, but we just want to as Airbnb says, be fully transparent.
Yeah.
We don't sugarcoat things. We made a little bit of sugar, but we speak our mind, and we vent, and we vent for all you Airbnb hosts out there,
Straight
and
up.
all you share economy hosts out there.
I talked to a guy who I want to bring on the podcast. He's a good guy, and I talked to him. I said, "Hey, you want to be on the podcast?" First thing he said was, "I love to be on your podcast. You guys keep it honest, and you guys are fun, man." I was like, "Okay, cool." And this guy, I was shocked he actually listens. I had sent him a message about it. I didn't know he listened. I sent him a message like 3 months ago, but he actually owns a big Airbnb company, and he listens to us, man. So,
Oh, damn.
yeah. I'll introduce him when we have him on, man. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, he's pretty dope.
We're being ourselves, and that's the thing. Like I said, when I hear, like, I start scouring for new podcasts to listen to,
Yeah,
and as soon as I hear the professional radio guy saying, "Oh, this is how you're going to make money," and this, and I just screw that. He's an act. It's just an act, you know.
Yeah,
it might be some good information, whatever, but I just can't get past that. It's just
Yeah.
a professional person talking dude that blah blah.
Speaking of offended people, I don't mean to offend anyone named Tom or Bob. But just saying.
There goes half our people.
Yeah,
man.
half our give
all
me.
the Toms and Bobs out there just crying into the.
If your name's Tom or Bob, call in. We'll have a good conversation with you. Yeah, we don't discriminate against Toms and Bobs.
Or Neil and Bob. Anyways, on that note.
Oh, yeah. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Rate us. Send us an email, liveletthrive@gmail.com. Call us, 469-300-9100. Like us on Facebook. If you're a YouTube, we have a channel. If you're a YouTuber, we have a channel on YouTube. Subscribe to us. Like our Facebook fan page. Join it up. Join it up. We want to hear from the Live Let Thrivers.
Yeah, and we got a SoundCloud out there if anybody's into SoundCloud.
We do have that.
You know what the SoundCloud said? We have almost 3,000 downloads on SoundCloud, so some people do listen to SoundCloud.
Oh, yeah. Independent artists are heavy on SoundCloud, man.
Yeah, and there's business podcasts on there too and stuff like that. So we're big in Europe.
Are we? I know
we're big on SoundCloud.
I know we're big in Canada.
Canada loves us, dude.
We had one download from New Zealand, but we know who that is.
Who's that?
The girl from New Zealand. Supposed to be on our podcast. Yeah. I was like, we have a, and I'm like, oh, never mind. We know who that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's her. Yeah.
That
I was like, how the hell we get somebody in New Zealand?
That one was kind of
yeah,
off air kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I told you what that text message said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got to talk.
It was
off-air.
weird.
All right.
But hey, we have New Zealand fans. That's awesome.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, he's remembering
Okay.
now. If anybody wants to know what I'm laughing about, send us a direct message. I might respond.
Yeah.
If not, you'll never know. You'll never know.
But yeah, man. Hit us up, like us, rate us. We are out. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.